I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this adorable koala applique pattern. Here's how to make it. Okay, this is the video showing you how to put together this cute koala if you do not have a light box. And so I am going to start. I've got all of the pieces prepared, so that means that I have them cut out on the solid lines, and I've got all of these interior lines transferred to the front side of the fabric. And this one I am going to stitch those eyelashes, so I have those transferred over as well. But the rest of these are all, these dotted lines are placement guides, and the solid lines are stitching lines. So I am going to start with piece number 1. That is the shoulder piece. So I am laying this out on my block, what I like to call snapshot style. So I want it to look like I have snapped a photo of that koala and I just zoomed way in on his face. So he has a body, it's just cropped out of the photo. And to achieve that look, I want the straight edge at the straight edge from his shoulders to be lined up with the bottom edge of the block. And on this case, I'm lining it up with the batting underneath. My block is a little bit bigger than my batting, and so you'll see a sliver of pink there, but actually when I trim my blocks later, I'm going to trim that right up into that edge, because I want this bottom edge to be sewn into my seam allowance, so it'll look like a photo zoomed in. Now, if you want to make yours what I call emoji style, just leave the shoulder piece out. Then you can just float the head in the middle of the block without any shoulders at all. So the next piece that I'm doing is the head piece. And I am just going to lay this down so that it covers this line that I transferred from the shoulder piece. All right, now I'm going to work on putting his ears into place. So his ears are 2 pieces because koalas have very fluffy ears with a very fluffy inside to them. So I'm going to just tuck them. I've got a line transferred from the front of them. I'll show you on this one. I've got this line and then the line showing the placement of the fluffy interior. So I want to set this up so that this line, tuck it behind the head so that that line gets covered up. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And koala ears really come out of the sides of their head, not so much the top of their head. Like a bear would. I know we call them koala bears, but they're not really bears. So we've got another ear on this side of his head. And this is actually not very well centered, so I'm going to just shift everything over a bit. It's not hugely important because I am going to crop these edges around, but I don't have that much wiggle room to crop. So just get that positioned before I put the insides in. All right, now I have the fluffy insides of his ears. So for this koala, I used the same fabric for all of his face and shoulder and ear pieces. Sometimes I will use a lot of different shades of gray, but in this case I used the same one, and I just turned that pattern in different directions to help distinguish between where these pieces, one piece starts and another piece stops. I'm going to do the fluffy ear on the other side. There we go. Now he's got a great big nose. Put that into place. Kind of a big Muppet nose. And then I've got 2 eyes. The eyes are identical. Doesn't matter which one is which side. But if you've used the eyelashes, you do want to make sure to position it so that it looks right with the eyelashes. The eyelashes should be coming out of the top corner of the eye. And there we go. All right, I am going to carefully lift this, carry it over to my ironing board, fuse everything into place, and then I'll do all of the outline stitching around all the pieces, and then I'll bring it back and show you the finished koala and also 2 other color versions that I made. Okay, here is the finished koala. I got everything outlined, and I also added some catch lights to his eyes. That just helps to really bring the eyes to life. And there's a link in the pattern that takes you to a post that tells you 3 different ways that you can add those catch lights actually. This is my favorite way. It's just a little dot of a shiny fabric paint, and I really, really like the way that looks. So this is just one version that I made. This one uses normal kind of realistic colors for the koala. These are the elephant blenders from the Animal Kingdom collection. And the background block is one of my farmer's market blocks for that has the quilting lines stitched or printed right on it, so you can just follow that along with the stitching. And I'm just realizing as I'm looking at this that I forgot to do one little bit of that, so I'll have to go back and add that in. This is a version that I made for an ABC pattern that I'm putting together, where the K block is going to be this koala, but I have a couple of other versions that I made for you in different colors that I wanted to show you. So this is a version that I'm making. It's for a bundle of all Australian animals, and for this one I'm using, for this entire quilt that I'm working on, all of the colors are coming from the new Sea Breeze color palette that I put together. It's all kind of beachy, faded, sun-worn kind of colors. So this one, the background is from the pre-printed background blocks, just like the one here, except this one is from the Sea Breeze palette instead of the Farmer's Market palette. And all of these purples are from the Sea Glass blenders, which is in that collection. So all of the blocks in the Australian animals pattern are going to use the same color palette. And I've got one more version. So this is a version that I am making to use in a sample, a bundle of endangered animals. So all of the animals are going to be in realistic colors. So again, these are the elephant blenders from the Animal Kingdom collection, but all of the background blocks are from the classic rainbow collection. So there's just going to be bright colors, fairly saturated colors for all of the background blocks. So that is how you make the cute koala pattern. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and I will see you next time.